So hey, how you doing? I hope you're having a wonderful day so far, and I don't mean to bring you down in any way or, you know, burst any bubbles for the sake of bursting bubbles, but here's at least my take on the global kind of landscape as far as our world leaders are concerned, like Trump, everybody, Biden, the entire political landscape, including like Elon and all of these people. Here's what I believe to be true based on my observations is that it's all basically a WWE style scripted kind of thing. I don't know. Though my only question is how tightly scripted that it is. Like, for instance, I believe, well, I know at least it's been researched and reported as a matter of fact that, like, for instance, Elon has some very kind of the Elon story is propagated. I mean, it's manufactured. He is not the super genius kind of figure that he is portrayed to be. Like, all of his companies, lots of companies he's been involved with, but I don't really see any type of direct brilliance ever coming out of his mouth. I mean, he's a smart guy and stuff, don't get me wrong, but running like Tesla, SpaceX, all of these companies simultaneously, and then having all of this time to do all of these other side projects and be tweeting constantly. And I was watching Candace Owens and Ian Carroll talk about this, and it just codified it so much in my mind. I was already thinking all of these things, but then hearing some people that I respect pontificating the same stuff really kind of codified it for me. Is that, like, recently he was also supposed to be, like Elon in particular, in the top 10 of a very difficult game to play. I think it's Diablo or whatever. On top of doing all of these things, literally you have to put thousands of hours into mastering this level of video game. And that was just on top of all of these other things with Doge, SpaceX, Boring Company, Tesla, being an engineer, running the company, all of this stuff on top of it. How possibly can one guy do all of these things? Well, because it's not. Just like I think Bill Gates is the same way, Elon, Trump, you name it, they get these people that come from particular families. Like Elon's parents, like his mom is straight out of, like, she's like a witch, basically. She's super plugged in. Comes from really dubious stuff, Illuminati stuff. You know, they're constantly doing Illuminati, like witchcrafty type stuff, and that's his mother. Okay, all of this stuff, it's just to manipulate our our goodwill. It's just to manipulate us. Like, for instance, when they were going after Trump, if the CIA actually wants to put you in prison forever, all they have to do, because they have the ability to, is set you up in some way with like some child, inappropriate content on your computer. They can plant it, and then they can come back and be like, boom, and then blackmail you. Basically, everybody's blackmailed. Everybody's blackmailed and or controlled in some way. In not everybody, but almost everybody, or else they would be acting differently. Like, for instance, Trump with all of we're about to go to war with Iran, which is a proxy for, or we're bombing the Houthis right now, which is basically Yemen, which is backed by Iran. We've already taken out Syria. We already control Ukraine because we deposed their democratically elected government back in 2014 in a CIA-backed USAID-backed coup, like we do all over the world to control all of these things. We And if you love Ukraine, we're just using them as a tool to to mess with Putin. And for 20 years or better, the red line in the sand is don't expand NATO any closer to the door, any closer to Russia, or else that's just a no-go zone. They've known it forever. And what do? We keep poking the bear. It's not like it was unprovoked or something like that. If, for instance, China took over Mexico and wanted to park its army right there and some nukes and stuff like that, what would we do? What would the U.S. do? That's the same, shoes on the other foot. That happened once in regard to like Cuba or whatever. So I agree with what the MAGA stuff for the most part like stands for. More, I wanted RFK Jr. to win more than anything. I'm not a huge Trump fan because all this bullshit happened the last time under Trump. He signed the CARES Act, Operation Warp Speed, which led to the demise of tens of thousands of Americans via either the injections or else the financially incentivized protocols in the hospitals. Instead of giving, like, he was saying good stuff like, oh, we shouldn't shut down the country and we should use hydroxy whatever to treat, but never any teeth. I mean, he let Birx and Fauci do their thing, and he's still defending the thing to this day as like a good accomplishment, when it's just absolute gaslighting. There's been a market increase in all health, the bad things, turbo answers, and all of these things. So anyway, I would love it. I'd let myself kind of fall into it for a minute, like, oh, this is actually genuine and all this, but no, we're in here. They're starting new military conflicts. They're doing stuff that is antithetical to the peace and the well-being of this country, for sure, in service of basically foreign powers. We're doing all of this stuff to knock out all of the potential rivals to our favorite country over in it's Israel. Okay, Israel, I'm pretty sure has got, like, that's the big thing about about the Epstein thing. It's not that he was a big trafficker or whatever. It's the fact that it was a joint operation between our intelligence and Israeli intelligence to blackmail our politicians into doing their bidding, into doing the bidding of the whatever. And that's how everybody's blackmailed. That's the big story with Epstein. And everybody's fake. It's all fake. It's all scripted. This is what I think. Prove me wrong. All is not lost. We just have to hold these people to account. At least under this administration, they at least have to keep up the appearances of being patriotic and all this stuff, or doing the right thing. Whereas under the last one, they were just so openly corrupt. It was nuts. But they're corrupt now. Still, these people, they're all fakes. Like Elon, for instance, he got busted because he was saying that he was the top 10 in this particular player in this particular video game, and he's not. He got busted in that. It's a fraud. Everybody's a fraud. I don't know about everybody, but these people are frauds, and they've got hidden agendas. Yeah, they're going to be doing stuff that we agree with, because you can't, obviously, just like you're an undercover person, you can't be like, do everything antithetical to what you've done to ingratiate yourself with the public. But it's all fake. Everybody's fake, and we gotta hold these people to account. Even my favorite guy, RFK Jr., he has been doing the right thing for a long time when it comes to, vaccines and all of this stuff. But guess what? Things are going kind of weird and sideways right now. And anyway, we got to hold these people to account. So that's my take on it. I hope you have a beautiful day. I wish it weren't this way, but pretty sure it is. All right, peace.